And in talking to Brady beforehand, he was at our place of business out in Carpentersville a few weeks before, where he said I could talk at the convention. But I found him to be sad, because the Republican Party wasn't finding the vibrancy nor the money that it needs to do good in this election. And he asked me if I would contribute. And in the end, I did. And I promised him then that I'd contribute $50,000 to the Central Committee of the Republican Party here in Illinois. When I spoke to the thing, and at the end of my speech, I delivered Tribunes, 150 every morning before 7 o'clock for $11 a month. I've worked for 30 cents an hour on an assembly line, and that I can give $50,000 to a political thing. Yeah, it's more surprising to me than anybody.
Only America, Jack.
They say that behind every successful man is a surprised mother-in-law. Anyway, there were a lot of cheers for the important thing. What I'm getting at is this: I gave us.
Don't encourage him.
Don't encourage him.
Stop that. What I'm getting at is I did make a speech down there, and it got a lot of applause. And what you should know is the first thing I said was, Andy McKenna has cleaned out this party, and now it's possible for us all to come together. And we're going to come together with three legs, supporting the table of the what do we call it? The Republican platform. There's three legs to that. There is a now cleaned out Republican Party that can have a new vibrancy, because a lot of the dead wood is cleaned out, and we got to realize that. And another leg is the Republican Renaissance PAC, the PAC that we started and helped. We helped to get $1 million, over $1 million, spent in the primary, because it's the first primary that's happened that wasn't dominated by the wrong part of the Republican Party. And so we got a lot of good candidates. There's a great one sitting over here. We're going to give him a chance to do his talk. But a lot of the dross has gotten out of it. So the one thing is a rejuvenated Republican Party with a new optimism. And boy, listening to Brady, isn't it great? And another leg is this Republican Renaissance PAC. That we've got quite an office. I've got 8 employees there in 3,000 square foot office with a 3,000 foot auditorium attached. We got the best political office in the state, bar none. We got a beautiful website that gets 500,000 people a year. And on Sunday morning, you get to listen to Old Jack if you aren't in church. And from 8 to 9 on Sunday, you can listen to the championnews.net. So we've got a lot of outlet. And we've taken that along into this thing. But you got 3 legs to this party. You got the Republican Party, you got this Republican Renaissance thing that is organized to be part of the Republican Party. And the other third leg is all of these patriots and tax protest people that are giving us such energy. We got a lot of them in the room here. I'm not here to say I'm the leader of any of that, because they're too damned independent in a great way. I mean, they know what the issues are, and they're providing their own energy, and the Republican Party is damned lucky to have them here to find their own way to get out and get a lot of people to move into this election and do the job that has to be done in the precincts, and to get out a lot of people to actually vote, to wake up the 2/3 of the people that aren't paying much attention. They're going to get them going. We're going to have a marvelous election with all of those people. I want to say to you, I didn't leave the Republican Party. They came up to us. And that's what we got, is a united Republican Party, and they're damn glad of it. Anyway, that's a long preamble to introducing a great guy, and and you know, he gets the chance to have the last laugh on Nancy Pelosi, and that's a lot of to characterize it with one person like that maybe isn't fair, but there's a lot to happen, and the previous speakers have spoken about it. Dan Segru, the candidate here for Congress, for goodness sakes, that's a big deal. And he brings a lot to it himself. He's not a guy to brag a lot, but he's tough. He was once a football player, and in Washington, he's going to have the kind of guts that goes with an activity like that. And he's an attorney. He's an accomplished man. He's a decent fella. He's really stood up for things, and I'm very proud to be the guy that introduced Dan Segru.